Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showcasing the game which broke 2 world records. Now, this happened on my own account on iOS, and I know recently I posted a video where, I scored 18.5 million damage versus a full squad on Moon Map. Now, that game was crazy, which, by the way, if you haven't checked out that game, definitely check it out. But in that game, I broke a world record for the most amount of damage scored in a squad battle. Now, today's game, which I'm going to show you, puts that game to shame. This game, I scored 22.7 million damage, which means I now have broken 2 world records. So I have broken the world record for the most amount of damage scored in a squad battle in Beacon Rush, and also the most amount of damage scored in the game period that is legit. So all of this was achieved by playing on an iPad, so I did not use an emulator or anything like that. The current hanger that you see right now that I have loaded up is the hanger that I used. So Luchador, 2 Capris, Revenant and 2 Sirens. And I'm not sure if you actually caught that, but I have smashed my max damage record. It's now at 19.3 million, which is insane. So I think my most memorable moment of this game was more the Titan battle we had at center. It is nothing like I have ever experienced, and I've been in a lot of clan battles, but nothing quite like this. It was so insane, I actually thought my iPad was going to crash. It was that bad. So we're going to jump into that game, but before we do that, if you are new to the channel, consider subscribing if you haven't already. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up. And having said that, let's jump into this epic game. Okay, so the game starts off on Shenzhen map. I decided to drop in with my Capri Toxin build. You can see me linking to that Orochi, making sure that he gets that increased speed, resistance, damage, so that we can get into center as quickly as possible. Now, just as I got here, you can see we have a battle with 2 Revenants. So, being that we don't have like the left or the right beacon, we kind of need to hold the center beacon down, which really isn't ideal in this kind of situation because, there's so many angles hitting center. The chances are you're probably going to end up botting out. So I'm trying to hold this beacon down for as long as possible when my clanmates drop in at center. I try to link to them so that I can stay alive for as long as possible to hold this beacon down. So you see me constantly linking to the Revenants on my team if I can. So as a small skirmish is kind of happening here at center, you're going to start noticing more and more Revenants teleport to the center beacon, but also more Capris, because the Capris are trying to keep the Revenants alive, giving them more damage output, more resistance, more speed as well. And at the same time, I'm also trying to hit multiple Revenants with my orbital strikes. So there's orbital strikes going on, there's Capris linking to Revenants to keep them alive, more Revenants teleporting to center. This is pretty much how it went down for the first, I want to say at least like 3-4 minutes. So you can see me doing this once again, linking and then hitting them with orbital strikes. So that happens, trying to weaken them up. And my Capri is about to go down here. So once this gets killed, I do drop in with my Revenant, the flamethrower one. And I do have the flamethrower pilot on there. So with all these Revenants clumped up like that, I can really maximize my damage output with the increased, damage radius of the flamethrowers. So I actually prefer like flamethrowers over the toxic weapons in this kind of situation here because they just do a lot better, especially against Revenants. So you can see I get taken out. I drop in with my Revenant. I teleport back into center, start hitting these guys with orbital strikes. And there's going to be a point where I see a Luchador jump into center. So that's when I know, things are going to get really serious because a Luchador can clear out this whole area here if you aren't careful. So I'm trying to burn these guys up, hitting them with orbital strikes. So you can see, that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm actually almost about dead here. And that's when I spotted the Luchador. So I'm thinking, okay, I need to match that now because we're trying to hold this beacon down. I'm hitting these guys with orbital strikes. And then I just decided, I'm going to ditch my Revenant and get into my Luchador here so I can actually match this other Luchador because he's burning us all up. And take a look at the mini-map. Everyone is at center. So I actually wanted to jump into the middle of that mess, but then I saw the other Luchador there. And I was kind of afraid of bouncing on his head and then, landing outside of the circle. So I kind of curved around. I walked in between Jack and the other luchador, turned on my reflector shield, so I'm trying to protect Jack behind me, and then I'm hitting these guys with multiple orbital strikes. There is so much happening at center right now, you know, the amount of lag. But take a look at this. We have a battle between basically 3 luchadors with our 2. I'm hitting them with orbital strikes. My mothership is charging up pretty much every 2 seconds because there's so much happening here. And then I think someone on our team in a luchador decided to, jump in as well. So take a look at this. This is basically a luchador Titan brawl at center. I have never witnessed anything like this in all of the clan battles I've been in. Absolutely insane, guys. So I'm still hitting these guys. Orbital strikes. You can see here we have 2 luchadors, and now there's another one here. So I'm staying in center, making sure that I hold this beacon down. And once we take this guy out, I actually turned around and I noticed that these guys actually have our home beacon. Okay, so now I need to jump back and save our home beacon because obviously we do not want to lose that. So I'm turning around here, and then I notice these guys actually have our home beacon. So I kind of jump back and I try to do the frog splash and then the orbital strike. And I hit multiple revenants here. I think that Favnia got killed, but I'm trying to get these guys off our beacon. We have a Minos on our team trying to push these guys off as well. So pretty crazy at our home beacon now, but the main thing is, their Titans are dead. So I killed a couple of players there. I put an orbital strike in center, and then I saw this luchador and I'm like, wait, where did this one come from now? So I'm almost dead. I'm trying to actually get onto this beacon and then activate my reflector shield, but I was almost dead by the time that actually happened. So now I drop in with my Capri. I'm trying to link to my clanmate in center. And remember, I'm trying to hold this beacon down for as long as possible. So my Capri is now kind of like my tank. You can see how I'm using it. And I'm linking between, Jack here. We're both trying to get rid of this Fenrir. And this kind of goes on for a while. I get hit by orbital strikes as well. Turn around, there's a luchador here, which I was kind of surprised by because we actually took out quite a few Titans at the start. So now you see me actually moving pretty quick because I believe Jack kind of linked to me. So I'm going at a super speed here with my Capri, just staying in center, trying to hold this beacon down. So once again, I'm linking. We're trying to focus down this Capri here. So you can see why I say this game is nothing like I've ever experienced before. The Titan battle was just insane. And we're still trying to hold this beacon down from the beginning of the game. We're actually technically down on the beacon bar here. So we're technically losing based on that beacon bar. So now there's multiple players hitting me. I'm still in center trying to survive for as long as possible here. Linking to Jack when I can. Trying to roast this guy up. And, once I get killed, I dropped in with my Siren. So a lot of players think, my damage actually came from the Siren build, which can do a lot of damage. But really, I haven't even started with those bots yet. I have 2 of them. So I dropped in with the first one. And now I'm trying to hit these guys at center. I saw the Favnia and I thought, you know what, I got to take that guy out first. Trigger his last stand and then focus on the players at the bottom. And when I can, drop an orbital strike. So that's what I did. And now I'm trying to look around to see, if I can target any player that has a last stand. We need to get rid of that Favnia though, so I'm keeping an eye on him. And you're going to see me going to flight here and take this Favnia out. So, we're coming down to the last 2 minutes or so. I do notice that they are starting to bot out. They only have 3 players here. That Revenant, if you're wondering, why am I running away? Because that Revenant was within 350 meters. And one of the weaknesses of the Siren is a Revenant that teleports to you, because most times they actually end up killing you. So that's why I kind of kept my distance, focusing down the player in center and then the one on the roof. So I'm just trying to hit them down to their last stand if I can. And then there's this Revenant here in front of me. And at this point, I'm just going into damage mode. So I'm trying to do as much damage as possible now. I did fire an orbital strike on that player way back there. And I'm going to go into flight, try to trigger that Siren's last stand. And then I'm going to focus on the Khepri. So that Siren did eventually actually take me out. But, you know, I do have another Siren, so I wasn't really concerned about that. We have the numbers on them. So I went into my Siren, took out that Siren, and then took out the Khepri. So I actually thought at this point, you know, we had actually mech'd all of them out. But then they dropped in with another Revenant. Okay, so I'm looking at my mothership. It's at 73% at this point. I'm trying to get that to at least like 90%. And then you're going to see me go into flight. And I'm going to try to maximize my damage before their beacon bar runs out. So I'm trying to fire all my shots here. There's the orbital strike. You can see their beacon bar is depleting. And I'm surprised we were not able to actually take out this Revenant, you know, by the time the game ended. But man, what an epic game. I have never been in a game quite like this. The Titan battle at center, which is insane. So I ended up scoring 22.7 million, 12 kills, 1 beacon in that game. And I definitely wanted to share this all with you guys because it was so epic. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So thank you guys for watching. And until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.